Used to hear you everywhere, even when you weren't there. Your voice was in the empty air, like you were always somewhere inside the corners of my mind. I couldn't leave behind, but time has a quiet way of taking echoes away, and slowly what I used to feel stopped feeling real. No, silence doesn't call your name, it doesn't feel the same. It's just space calm and wide, where you no longer hide. Not every sound stays near, some disappear. You don't echo in my heart anymore, not like before. I don't hear you in my pain or in the rain. You're not the voice I replay or carry through my day. And now I finally see it clear. You don't echo in my heart anymore here. I stopped searching for your trace in every empty place, because nothing pulls me back. I don't feel that lack, and I don't build you in my chest like something I still possess. You're just a moment that was real, not something I still feel. And I can breathe without the weight of everything we couldn't make. It doesn't hurt to let it go. I already know some memories don't stay, they just fade away. You don't echo in my heart anymore. I don't feel that war inside the space you used to be. That part of me, you're not the sound I defend, or the pain that won't end. And now I finally see it through. You don't echo in my heart anymore too. Maybe I just outgrew the version I had with you. Not in anger, not in pain, just different terrain. And I don't need to explain why nothing feels the same, because healing doesn't shout, it just works things out. And I'm not who I was then, I don't go back again. I just move forward slow and let it go. Not every echo stays, some just fade away. You don't echo in my heart anymore, not like before. I don't carry a sound all around. You're just something I knew, not something I go through. And now I finally see it true. You don't echo in my heart anymore too. If I think of you at night, it doesn't change my light, it just passes through my mind and leaves nothing behind. You don't echo in my heart anymore. I don't hear you like before. I finally let you go in ways you'll never know. And I'm not lost, I'm not tied, I've left it all behind. And now I finally see it through. You don't echo in my heart anymore too. No echo, just silence and peace. I used to think I'd fall apart without you. I thought I needed your hand to help me understand who I was without your light in the middle of the night. But now I walk on my own, and it doesn't feel unknown. Like something's missing from me. I can finally just be. And the silence doesn't break every step I take. It just moves with me instead inside my head. Not everything you lose leaves you confused. I don't feel lost without you, not like I used to. I don't search for something gone, I just keep moving on. You're not the ground I stand on, you're just a chapter that's gone. And now I finally see it true. I don't feel lost without you. I've passed the places we once were, and nothing tries to pull me there. No echo, no waking sound, no memories dragging me down. It's strange how peace can grow from letting something go. Like I was always meant to find a quieter state of mind. And I don't miss what we became, even if it had your name. Because I've learned to see what was inside of me. Sometimes losing space is how you find your place. I don't feel lost without you, I don't break like I used to. I don't fall into the past, trying to make it last. You're not the reason I breathe, you're not what I need. And now I finally see it true. I don't feel lost without you. Maybe I was meant to grow into someone I don't know, from the version I left behind in the corners of my mind. And I don't hate the way you went or everything it meant, 'cause even broken ties can open your eyes. And I'm not searching anymore for what I have before. I just stand here in the light that feels alright. Healing doesn't shout, it just works things out. I don't feel lost without you, not even a little bit too. I don't need you to be whole, I've already found my soul. You're not my direction now, I don't need you somehow. And now I finally see it true. I don't feel lost without you. If I think of you again, it won't hurt like then. It'll just pass through my mind and leave nothing behind. I don't feel lost without you, I don't carry what we knew. I've become someone new without needing you. And I'm not broken anymore, I'm something more. And now I finally see it through. I don't feel lost without you. I used used to think I'd fall apart, but I didn't. I found myself instead. I used to go back to you in my mind. Every night I used to return to places that used to burn, like I could fix what was gone by holding on too long. But now the doors don't open right. When I reach into the night, it feels like something far away that lost its shape and name. And I don't feel the pull I knew from everything I went through. It's like the thread that tied me there just disappeared into the air. Some habits slowly die without a final goodbye. I don't come back to you anymore. Don't stand outside that emotional door. I don't replay what used to be. It doesn't control me. You're not where I return at night. You're not my fight. And now I finally see it through. I don't come back to you anymore too. I stopped rewriting every scene where we were something in between. Love and loss and everything that used to make me cling. Now I just let it drift away without trying to make it stay. Because what we were is done, and I don't need to run, and I don't search for your trace in every empty space. Because I already know I've let it go. Not every past stays near, some just disappear. I don't come back to you anymore. Don't feel that ache like before. I don't open what is closed or hold what time already chose. You're not the place I return to. I've already broken through, and now I finally see it true. I don't come back to you anymore too. Maybe I was meant to learn that not all bridges return. Some just lead you away from who you used to stay. And I don't hate what we became, even if it lost its name. Because everything we knew led me back to truth. And I'm not trapped inside the past. I don't try to make it last. I just let it fade and go without needing to know. Freedom doesn't call your name, it just removes the chain. I don't come back to you anymore. Don't stand outside that door. I don't break, I don't fall, I don't answer the call. I thought I'd always feel the same, tied inside your name. But now I finally see it through. I don't come back to you anymore too. If I think of you again, it won't feel like then. Just a thought that passes come back to you anymore too. No more coming back, only moving forward. I used to think I needed you to heal from you. I let you stay inside my mind, like healing had to be aligned with something you could give to me, like you were part of setting me free. But every time I tried to mend, I kept you closer in the end, like I was feeding what I lost without knowing the cost. And slowly I began to see you were never part of me. You were just a passing storm that changed my form. Healing doesn't need the past to finally move fast. I don't need you in my healing anymore, not standing at that door. I don't carry what we were to become something clearer. You're not part of what I do to rebuild something new. Now I finally see it through. I don't need you in my healing anymore too. I stop rewriting every scar to make you who you are, because I see it now so plain. Not everything is pain, some things just belong to time, not to my healing mind. And I don't need your face to find my place. I can breathe without the weight of what we couldn't create. And every step I take alone feels like my own. Not every wound needs to learn what it must do. I don't need you in my healing anymore. I don't feel that war inside the parts of me you knew that I kept tied to you. You're not the reason I grow, you're just something I outgrow. And now I finally see it true. I don't need you in my healing anymore too. Maybe I confuse repair with needing you still there, but healing isn't holding on, it's knowing when you're gone. And I don't blame you for the past or anything that didn't last, 'cause even broken ties can open your eyes. And now I stand without disguise, with clearer skies, no longer built from what we were, but what I prefer. Some freedom feels like loss until you count the cost. I don't need you in my healing anymore, not like before. I don't trace you in my pain or call your name. I've become someone new without needing you. And now I finally see it true. I don't need you in my healing anymore too. If I ever think of us, it won't break what I trust. It'll just pass through my mind and leave nothing behind. I don't need you in my healing anymore. I've closed that emotional door. I don't build my peace in my healing anymore too. I thought I needed you to heal, but I just needed me. I used to look for you in everything. Every silence felt like a clue, like maybe I'd still find you. And signs and dreams in the air, like you were still somewhere. I read meaning into pain, like it could bring you back again. But nothing ever answered me except reality. And slowly I stopped believing in something I was receiving from a place that doesn't speak to someone like me. Not every sign is real, some are just how you feel. I stopped waiting for a sign from you, stop looking for something new. In every moment passing by, in every question why, you're not guiding me anymore, not behind any door. And now I finally see it true. I stopped waiting for a sign from you. I don't decode the night or search for hidden light in things that used to feel like you were something I should pursue. Because meaning doesn't hide in what I keep inside, it fades when I let it go. And I finally know that not everything is reason, some things just leave the season without a message or a trace, just empty space. Sometimes letting go is all you need to know. I stopped waiting for a sign from you, stopped falling into what I knew. I don't ask the sky at night, I don't search for light. You're not the answer I once chased, not something I embraced. And now I finally see it true. I stopped waiting for a sign from you. Maybe I was meant to see that clarity is being free, not finding meaning everywhere, but learning how to care. And I don't hate the way it ends, no need to make amends. Cause even lost and gone, life still moves on. And I'm not waiting anymore for something to restore what was never meant to stay in the first place anyway. Peace is not a sign, it's what you find inside. I stopped waiting for a sign from you, stop needing proof or truth in everything I see, to feel like I am free. I thought you'd guide me through, but I guide myself now too. And now I finally see it true. I stopped waiting for a sign from you. If I think of you tonight, I don't search for light, I just let it fade away and continue my day. I stopped waiting for a sign from you, and I don't feel the pull I knew. I don't read between the lines of a life that isn't mine. I'm not lost, I'm not unsure, I've become something more. And now I finally see it stopped waiting for a sign from you. No more signs, just me moving on. I thought it would always hurt, but it doesn't anymore. I remember you, but not the same. Not the fire, not the flame. It's like your face is far away from the feelings that won't stay. I used to break just hearing you, like there was nothing I could do. But now your name just passes through, like something I once knew. And I don't feel the weight I had. It doesn't make me feel so bad. It's just a memory that fades in quieter, softer ways. Time didn't erase it all, it just made it feel small. I don't feel the same when I remember you. It doesn't cut me in two, it doesn't pull me back inside or make me lose my mind. You're just a shadow of before, not something I feel anymore. And now I finally see it through. I don't feel the same when I remember you. I pass the places we once knew and nothing there pulls me through. No echo trying to remain, no whisper of your name. It's strange how silence can replace the hardest parts of any trace. Like everything just slows and clears with passing years. And I don't search for what was lost or think about what it cost, because what once felt like pain doesn't stay the same. Not everything stays allowed, some things just turn down. I don't feel the same when I remember you. It's not what it used to do. I don't fall apart at night, I don't lose the light. You're not the storm inside my head. You're just something that I've read, and now I finally see it true. I don't feel the same when I remember you. Oh, maybe healing changes sound from breaking down to slowing down. Not forgetting what was real, but changing how you feel. And I don't hate what we became, even if it lost its name, because every fading scar showed me who we are. And I'm not stuck in what we were. I don't let it blur, I just let it pass on by without asking why. Not every memory stays strong, some just drift along. I don't feel the same when I remember you. It doesn't break me in two, it just comes and goes away like any other day. I thought it would always remain, this deep familiar pain, but now I finally see it through. I don't feel the same when I remember you. If I think of you tonight, it doesn't change my life. It just passes through my mind and leaves nothing behind. I don't feel the same when I remember you. I don't feel what I used to. I move further than before. I don't feel that anymore. And I'm not who I once knew. I've already made it through, and now I finally see it through. I don't feel the same when I remember you. It used to hurt, now it just passes. Thought you still lived in me, but you don't anymore. I check the places you once stayed, inside my thoughts, inside my pain. But nothing moved, nothing called, like you were never there at all. It's strange how quiet it became when I stopped saying your name, like removing one small thread that tied you to my head. And I don't feel the pull I knew from everything we went through. It's like your shadow finally learned it has nowhere to return. Some bonds don't break with noise, they just slowly lose their voice. You don't live in my silence anymore. I don't feel you like before. I don't turn back in my mind to the version left behind. You're not the weight I used to know. I finally let it go, and now I finally see it true. You don't live in my silence anymore too. I pass the thoughts without a fight, no longer losing every night to memories that used to stay and take my breath away. Now they just drift and disappear without turning into fear, like something I once understood but no longer feels like it should. And I don't ask what went wrong or try to hold on too long, because peace doesn't need to know why something had to go. Not every absence stays, some just fade away. You don't live in my silence anymore. You don't hurt like before. I don't search for what is gone, I just move along. I thought I'd always feel the same, tied to your name, but now I finally see it through. You don't live in my silence anymore too. Maybe I confused the pain with something I should retain, but time showed me the truth. It was never proof, and I don't carry what we were like a wound that won't defer. It's just something in my past that didn't last, and I'm not broken anymore. I don't stand outside that door, I just walk into the light where I feel alright. Healing doesn't shout or show, it just quietly lets you go. You don't live in my silence anymore. I don't feel that war inside the places you once were, where everything was blurred. I've outgrown what used to be, it no longer owns me, and now I finally see it true. You don't live in my silence anymore too. If I ever think of you, it won't feel like something new, just a moment passing by under a cover sky. You don't live in my silence anymore. I don't carry you like before. I don't break, I don't fall, I don't answer your call, and I'm finally free inside. No need to run or hide, and now I finally see it true. You don't live in my silence anymore too. You don't live here, neither do I anymore. I used to be easy to find in your memories. You don't know where I go anymore. I stopped standing at that door, where every word could pull me back into the same old lack. I changed in ways you won't see, not the version you used to need. I don't break the way I did, I don't live where I once hid. It's strange how quiet I became, without your voice, without your name. But in that quiet I can breathe. Finally I can leave. Not everything is meant to stay, some just drift away. I'm finally where you can't reach me, not in heart, not in memory. I don't fall when you appear, I don't feel you near. You lost the version of me you knew. I don't belong to you, and now I finally see it clear. I'm finally where you can't reach me here. I don't look for signs of you in everything I go through. I stopped turning back in time, trying to make you mine, because what we were is gone, and I don't need to hold on to something that was never whole. I slowly lost its soul, and I don't feel the need to know if you still think of me so, because I already moved ahead out of what we left unsaid. Distance doesn't always hurt, sometimes it just works. I'm finally where you can't reach me, not in pain, not in memory. I don't break when I hear your name, it doesn't feel the same. You're not the place I go back to, I've already broken through, and now I finally see it clear. I'm finally where you can't reach me here. Maybe I was meant to grow beyond what I used to know, not as someone lost in you, but someone breaking through. And I don't carry what we were like a wound I can't defer. It's just a chapter in my life that no longer feels alive, and I don't need to explain why I walked out of that chain, because freedom doesn't ask, it just removes the past. Letting go is not the end, it's where you start again. I'm finally where you can't reach me, not in love, not in memory. I don't fall into your past, I don't try to make it last. I thought I'd never be set free from what you meant to me, but now I finally see it clear. I'm finally where you can't reach me here. If you ever call my name, it won't feel the same. I won't turn around again, that version of me ended then. I'm finally where you can't reach me, and I don't need you to see how far I've really gone, how I finally moved on. I'm not who I used to be, I'm something new and free, and now I finally see it clear. I'm finally where you can't reach me here. You can't reach me, but I can finally reach myself. I used to wait for you, even in my thoughts. I don't search for you at night, in the corners of my mind, where I used to fall apart every time I heard your heart. Now the silence feels okay, it doesn't pull me away from the place I've come to be. Without you inside of me, I thought I couldn't let you go, but now I finally know it wasn't love that made me stay. It was fear I couldn't say. You don't live where I wanted, not like you used to did. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore. Don't open that old emotional door. I don't replay what we had, or feel that something I once lacked. You're not the storm inside my mind, you're just something left behind, and I finally see it true. My thoughts anymore too. I walk through days without your trace, without that heavy empty space you used to follow everywhere, like you were always there. But now I breathe without the weight of everything I used to take, and I don't fall into the past trying to make something last, because what we were is gone, and I don't need to hold on to something that no longer lives inside the life I live. Some memories just fade without needing to be saved. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore. Don't feel that ache like before. I don't search for what was lost, or think about what it cost. You're not the voice I hear at night, you don't dim my inner light, and now I finally break through. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore too. Maybe I was meant to see you were never all of me, just a moment passing by under a different sky. And I don't hate what we became, even if it lost its name, because every broken line led me back to my own mind. And now I stand here finally free, not needing what used to be. I'm not the person I was then, and I won't go back again. Healing doesn't always show, it's just something you outgrow. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore. I don't feel that war inside the places you once lived, where I gave all I could give. I thought I'd never feel this new without anything of you, but now I finally see it through. too. It'll just pass like the wind, and I won't fall again. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore. I don't stand at that old emotional door. I don't need what used to be to feel like I am free, and I'm no longer tied to you in everything I do. And now I finally see it true. I don't wait for you in my thoughts anymore too. Not waiting, not hurting, just moving on. I think you were everything. Now I just understand you. I don't look at you through pain anymore, not like I used to before, when every silence felt like blame, and every distance felt the same. Now I see you clear, plain, not a villain, not a flame, just someone trying in your way, who didn't know how to stay. And I stopped building up your name into something I could claim, because what I thought was love was just what I couldn't let go of. Not every ending is wrong, some people just don't belong. I finally understand what you were, not the dream, not the cure, just a moment passing through, not something I could hold on to. I don't hate you, I don't cry, I don't ask the question why. And now I finally see the truth. I finally understand what you were too. I used to think it had to mean something deeper than the scene, like every loss had hidden truth inside what we both go through. But sometimes people just collide and slowly drift apart in time. No reason that I need to solve, no puzzle left to resolve. And I stop making you the cause of every break, every pause, because life is not that clean, it's somewhere in between. Some answers never come, cause nothing was undone. I finally understand what you were, not my forever, not my cure, just a chapter I went through, not a life I held on to. And I don't carry what I knew like I used to do. And now I finally see true. I finally understand what you were too. And maybe I was meant to see that not everything is meant to be a story that you hold so tight until it fades out of sight. And I don't need to rewrite what didn't turn out right, cause even broken parts can build stronger hearts. And now I stand without regret for everything I won't forget. But I don't live inside the past, I finally moved past. Understanding doesn't mean you have to still believe. I finally understand what you were, not a wound, not a blur, just a person in my life, not my reason to survive. And I don't hold it anymore like I did before. Now I finally see it through. I finally understand what you were too. inside without you in my life. And I'm not lost, I'm not confused. I've already been through, and now I finally see it through. I finally understand what you were too. You were, and I am, and that's enough. I used to think I was missing you, but I was just surviving you. I called it missing, called it love, when it was really pushing and shove. Inside my chest, inside my mind, a war I couldn't leave behind. But now the silence feels so clean, like something I can finally breathe. No shaking hands, no heavy pain, no pulling me back again. I see it clearer than before. I don't stand outside that door. I don't wait for something lost to come back at any cost. Not everything you lose is gone. Some things just stop holding on. I don't miss what I survived. I don't need it to feel alive. I don't go back in my mind to the version I left behind. It wasn't love, it was a phase, a fire I couldn't raise. And now I finally see it true. I don't miss what I survived with you. Your name doesn't shake my breath, doesn't bring me close to death. It's just a sound I used to know from a life that moved too slow. I stopped rewriting what went wrong, stopped pretending it was strong, because strength isn't staying there, it's knowing when to clear the air. And I don't feel the need to chase what time has already replaced. Some things fade without a sound, and I'm not falling back down. Survival doesn't always scream, sometimes it quietly leaves. I don't miss what I survived. I don't break when you arrive in a thought or faded trace. You don't take up space. I thought I'd always feel the pull of something once so full, but now I finally see it through. I don't miss what I survived. Maybe I confused the pain with something I should retain, but healing taught me slow what I needed to let go. And I don't hate what we became, even if it lost its name, because without that darkest night I wouldn't see this light. And I'm not who I used to be, I'm something more steady, not built on what I lost, but what it cost. Some endings don't destroy, they just quietly implode. I don't miss what I survived. I don't need it to stay alive. I don't go back anymore to what I felt before. And I'm not trapped inside you, I've already made it through. And now I finally see it true. I don't miss what I survived with you. If I think of you at night, it doesn't dim my light, it it just passes like a wave. And I don't need to be brave. I don't miss what I survived. I don't feel that old divide between who I was and who I am. I finally understand that not all love is meant to stay. Some just guide you on your way. And now I finally break through. I don't miss what I survived with you. I didn't lose you. I survived what we were, and I'm still here. I thought I lost you, but maybe I never had you. I held on like you were mine, like love would always cross the line between what's real and what we dream. But not everything is what it seems. You were close but never still, never fully what I feel. Like a hand I couldn't hold, just warmth that slowly turned cold. And I kept trying to make it fit, even when it didn't exist. Like I could turn the truth around and keep you from falling down. Some things are never meant to stay, they're just passing through your way. Some love was never mine to keep, just something that was meant to me. A moment I was passing through, not something I could hold on to. I thought you were my home, my truth, but I was never home in you. And now I finally let it be. Some love was never mine to keep. I don't rewrite what we were or turn it into something blurred, because what we had was real, just not the way I used to feel. You had your path, I had mine. We just crossed for a short time, and I don't need to ask again where it started or where it ended. 'Cause not all stories grow, some are meant to come and go, like seasons fading into air, without asking you to care. Not every love is built to last, some are only built to pass. Some love was never mine to keep, just a lesson running deep. Not a place I could belong, not a forever, not a song. I don't fight what isn't true, I don't hold on to you. And now I finally see it free. Some love was never mine to keep. And maybe I was meant to learn that not all bridges are to burn. Some just lead you to a view of someone you outgrew. And I don't feel like I've lost, even with what it cost, because I found myself instead of what I used to call ahead. And now I stand without regret for anything I can't forget, because even letting go helped me finally grow. Not all endings are pain, some just clear your name. Some love was never mine to keep, but it taught me something deep. I don't chase what isn't true, I don't fall apart for you. I've become someone I see outside of what I used to be. And now I finally feel relief. Some love was It won't feel like back then, just a memory passing by under a calmer sky. Some love was never mine to keep, and I don't feel the need to weep. I just understand it lasts. Not everything can last, and I'm okay with letting go of what I used to know. And now I finally feel complete. Some love was never mine to keep, not mine to keep, just mine to learn from. I used to call you forever, now I call you what you were. I built my world around your name, like nothing else could feel the same. I thought you were my only truth, the answer I was looking through. But time has a quiet way of showing what you can't replay. And slowly, piece by piece, I saw you weren't the love I thought you were at all. You were the calm before the storm, the reason I had to transform. Not someone I was meant to keep, but something that went too deep. Not every love is meant to stay, some are meant to teach and fade away. You were my lesson, not my forever, a chapter I'll carry but not remember. The way I used to fall apart every time you left my heart. I don't hate you, I don't cry, I just learned the reason why. Some people come just to show what you need to outgrow. I don't rewrite what went wrong or try to make it last too long, because what we had was real, just not the way I used to feel. And I stopped asking what if we were something we were meant to be, because the answer's always clear. You were meant to stay here. You were the fire I walked through to become someone new, not the home I thought I'd find, but the change inside my mind. Some love is only meant to break what you once kept. You were my lesson, not my forever, a pain that made me grow better. I don't look back like I did, I don't live inside what hid. I learned what love is supposed to be, not something that destroys me. And now I finally see it through. You were my lesson, not my forever too. Now I walk without regret for everything I can't forget, because even broken things can give you stronger wings. And I don't need to erase what you once meant in that place, I just don't give it control over who I become whole. And maybe that's the truth I need to finally feel free. Not everything is meant to last, some are meant to pass. Not all endings are lost, some are worth the cost. You were my lesson, not my forever, but I'll be stronger now than ever. I don't carry what I used to, I don't break the way I do, and I'm not who I was before. I don't stand outside your door, and now I finally see it true. You were lesson, not my forever too. If I met you once again, I wouldn't fall into that end. I'd just smile and understand you were part of who I am. You were my lesson, not my forever, and I don't need you here ever to remind me who I was or what I lost, because I've already made it through everything I went into, and now I finally see it too. You were my lesson, not my forever. Not forever, just a lesson, and I learned it. Look back to then, and I didn't feel like mine anymore. I try to remember how it hurt, the way your silence used to work, like it could crush me in a second, like it was something I couldn't reckon. But the feeling didn't come alive, it stayed quiet inside my mind, like a story I once knew, but no longer lived through. I even said your name out loud in an empty fading crowd, and nothing in me broke in two, like it used to always do. The pain didn't disappear, it just stopped feeling like fear. I don't recognize my old pain anymore. It doesn't live inside me like before. It doesn't pull me to the ground. When your memory comes around, I thought I'd always stay the same, trapped inside that burning flame. But now I finally see it through. I don't recognize my old pain from you. I passed the places we once knew, and nothing there pulled me through. No flashback, no broken air, just silence waiting there. I used to think I'd always bleed from everything you did to me, but healing came without a sound. It just slowly turned me around, and I don't know when it changed, when my heart rearranged, but I'm not the same at all. I don't fall like I used to fall. Some wounds don't leave a trace, they just fade out of place. I don't recognize my old pain anymore. It doesn't hurt like it did before. It doesn't live inside my chest. It finally learned to rest. I thought it would stay forever true, but even pain outgrows you. Now I finally break through. I don't recognize my old pain from you. Maybe I wasn't losing you, maybe I was losing who I used to be, when I believed that I couldn't be relieved. And I don't hate the way you went, it gave me something heaven sent, the chance to rebuild from the ground without the weight I used to bound. And now I stand here calm and still, not broken by your will, just someone who survived the night and found a different kind of light. Not everything that breaks is meant to stay awake. I don't recognize my old pain anymore. It doesn't knock on me like before. It doesn't make me fall apart. It doesn't live inside my heart. I thought I'd never see it true. I don't recognize my old pain from you. If I met that version of me, I wouldn't know what I'd see. Just a ghost I used to be that no longer defines me. I don't recognize my old pain anymore. It doesn't own me like before. It doesn't break me when I breathe. It finally let me leave, and I don't carry what I knew of everything I went through, because I finally made it through. I don't recognize my old pain from you. It used to hurt, now it's just a memory that lost its voice.